Monster RX93.1. It's time for the top 10. We are also live on Facebook.com/RX931. Hello, everybody.
Hello!
Hello, almost there, sorry.
All right. So here we go. I was kind of waiting for the okay, but yeah. Here we go. We've got
The
our
what? The what? Can you do that again?
That's how it goes.
Panalit.
Okay, so here we go. We've got our top 10 for today. Let's start off with our first batch. Thanking, of course, our topic sender, Bughaw sa Ibabaw, my work spouse. Let's start off with Camilo. My work spouse and I recently broke up. Talagang kapag promotion na ang pinag-usapan, wala nang kaibigan.
That's sad. That's really sad.
That's sad. If the
Yeah.
promotion goes between the two of you,
Why does it need to be a breakup though? Like, I know it's gonna be a big change, but as in like wala, talagang zero.
Or maybe
FO,
one
ganon.
feels they deserve it over the other,
more,
but they didn't
yeah.
get it. So may resentment na.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's really sad. And
Competition, when that takes over, that's the worst talaga.
and lalo na if corporate world, kasi pag corporate world talaga, it's all about that. You know, let's face it. I mean,
Yeah.
you wanna work your way up the ladder, and sadly, it's the people you're around. It's probably your friends who you will be up against. So that's the sad reality of
That
of the
sucks.
corporate
That
world.
is so true. That's why, thank God we're here.
Yeah, I know. Entertainment. Tsaka maganda yun, di ba, na yung, alam niyo yung parang, like for example, kayo, like, gets nyo naman, di ba, that I'm Beyonce, di ba, and like,
Ay!
you know,
Pero, alam mo madali naman, Chico. Pwede natin tanggalin si Chico. Bye, Beyonce!
grabe, in-impeach na naman ako, kahit ba naman
Beyonce
sa The
mo
Morning
mukha
Rush.
mo.
Consistently.
Pati ba naman sa show, na-impeach ako, mga walang kwenta kayo. And then, coming from Arch Aguilar, my work spouse is actually best friends with my actual spouse.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, so
Hey.
you're,
Oh, that
it's
is so
like you're all
cool.
best friends.
Ano yan? Road to throuple.
Ooh.
Throuple na yan.
Throuple.
Oh, like, di ba? Did you hear about it? Like, Willow Smith said she was polyamorous.
Wow.
And she did it, she discussed it on her parents'
Yeah,
vlog,
she talked about
podcast.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with actually Jada Pinkett Smith and her mom. So basically, with her mom and her lola, they were talking about it. Tapos ang cool nung ano nila, like the lola was telling Willow na parang, you know, these things, it's all about sex. And then she was like, no, you know,
No, it's
she was
not.
saying that in her circle of friends, she's the only one who's polyamorous. And according to her, she has the least sex of all of them.
Oh.
Yeah, so she was saying,
Well,
I beg to disagree. Like, she's
Hey, you know what? That might be true. I have a couple of
Yeah.
friends who are polyamorous, but they don't have so much sex.
so a lot
There are
of
a lot
people
of people
think,
who think.
Go.
Continue. Continue, Chico.
hindi kasi like ano lang eh, di ba parang a lot of people think, oh, you just want to be polyamorous so that you can sleep around. Her point was not necessarily. I mean, she doesn't discount the fact that maybe for some people, yeah, they do that. But for her, in her experience, it isn't about sex. Yeah.
She just falls in love with multiple people. That's just how
And
it
it's
is.
But do
And-
these people
yeah.
know that? Do you have to let them know that you're polyamorous, which means
Oh, yeah.
you have a,
Oh,
but-
yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
But
Then it's gonna be deception na kung hindi mo papaalam.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it
Another
doesn't
question, do they
necessarily
have-
mean... Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't have... You can be polyamorous with someone tapos hindi sila polyamorous. Like, they're
Right.
one of your partners, but you're their only partner.
but
In
do
some
they have to
cases,
know
they're
each
not.
other? Do they have to know each other?
Yeah,
I don't know
well, no,
about that.
not
Let's ask
necessarily.
Markki.
Okay, I actually watched.
Talaga, meron talagang let's ask Mark. Talagang pag ano, let's ask
Si
Mark.
baby girl Aguilon.
You know what?
Sobrang baby
I
girl ng ano mo,
I
hairstyle. I
I
love it.
actually would know. I watched on YouTube see Bob the drag queen as he
Yeah.
explained or
Mhm.
she explained his relationship. Well, he's Bob at this point in time with his two boyfriends. One is a trans, female to male
Trans
transgender,
man, yeah.
and one
Mhm.
is a man. So what happens is they all live in the same house, but the trans man and the man he's in a relationship with are not in a relationship with each other. So they're not a throuple. He's just in love with two different men, and that is
And
fine with them.
the trans man that he's in a relationship with is in another relationship with a female. I'm not sure if a cisgender female or a trans woman, but may
Wow.
karelasyon din
Okay.
siya na iba pa.
Yeah,
So, it's like a web.
yeah. So
Oh, wow.
sometimes they, and the thing is, sometimes it's not even about the sex. Sometimes there are polyamorous partners who've been together for so long that they don't have sex anymore, but they find other people that they don't necessarily have sex with, but they also feel relationship
Mm.
material with. So it happens, and we just have to learn to understand and respect
Yeah.
that instead of judging. There's a lot of judgment online because they don't understand it, and that's where it comes from.
Uh,
Sometimes it's important to look at them and understand where they're coming from, and the fact that there's no deception. Well, if there is no deception, coming from their part.
Actually, people were saying na parang si Hazel daw, baby spice, naka-baby spice
Mm.
look. So if she's baby spice, sino tayo? I mean, hello, I'm obviously posh. So,
Oh, ayun na naman, ma-evict na naman si Chico. The remove button
Oh,
is,
alam mo
is
kung ako sa
calling me.
inyo, mag-dibs na kayo. Dali. Meron
ako
pa
posh.
namang
Sporty.
may sporty.
Siyempre.
Scary na si
Sporty.
Markki or Ginger.
I'm
Basta
probably
ako posh.
scary.
I'm posh kasi 'di ba siya yung ano Beckham. So yeah, I'm posh.
Yun
Yeah,
talaga yung
well,
reason.
yeah, Jason. This concept is too progressive and liberated. I understand that, especially because we're in the Philippines. But it's also about respect. You might not understand it fully, but just respect people for it.
Yeah, I mean ano naman yun, laba, like I guess it's a matter of like when people say that it's too liberal for me, that's also fine because
That's
that's
fine.
your
Yeah,
I guess it's just the whole don't parang judge it. You can disagree with it,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You
can
can
And
definitely.
then
disagree.
I think the key also is to ask questions, know more
Yeah,
about it, have
kasi
conversations about it, right?
I mean it's
Yeah,
perfectly possible that you do like ask about it, and then once you are fully aware of of what it entails, that you disagree with it. Yeah, that's perfectly normal. I guess that's the beauty of it. What one person subscribes to doesn't have to be
yeah,
what other people subscribe to. Di ba? Parang
yeah.
pwede naman talaga tayong iba-iba dyan. So, yeah.
But remember,
And,
talk about it. Talk about it with your partners. You have a
yeah,
partner, and you just feel like, hey, I'm polyamorous, just in the snap of a finger, and then you tell your partner that you are, and you don't tell your partner that you are. Then you're not in a polyamorous relationship. You're cheating.
you're, yes.
Yeah.
So, like we said, dapat alam, di ba? Dapat alam. And coming from Chef Pao, my work spouse never nagselos ang mga SO namin sa isa't isa. Like they both have, okay, so Chef Pao has a work spouse, and then they both have their own husbands and wives, and they're okay. They know that they're very close, but that's all it is. It's just a work relationship. And that's cool. And I guess that's why you shouldn't hide it. That's why I always feel like if you're very open to it, you're very open to your significant others about your work spouses, mas hindi sila magsiselos. Kasi they know and you're not hiding anything.
No
Kasi yung,
malice.
oo, no malice. Kasi yung iibahin mo pa yung pangalan nila sa phone mo. Eh, yung mga ganon, medyo magdududa ka na talaga, di ba, na is that still platonic, or is something going on. So I guess the less you hide stuff from your significant other, the better, so that they don't get all paranoid. And coming from Kirth Uy, my work spouse, yung partner in crime mo, sa tuwing naka-scheduled leave ka, sick leave pala,
Sick leave.
sinusuportahan ka. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So
but
sila
you know
yung
what?
yeah.
Sick leaves are scary.
I know, you
Nowadays,
can't use that
even
Now
anymore.
use
you
that
can't
anymore.
anymore.
If you say that you have a sick leave, it's just like, okay, hope you're okay, hope you're fine. Let us know. It's really, it's not funny, but it's just really morbidly interesting. I had my hair treatment yesterday in the salon, and there were a couple of older ladies there, and they were talking, and they were basically saying, "Ay, si Cardo, kahapon namatay na ng COVID. Alam mo naman, ngayon medyo nakakatakot. Nakausap ko 2 days ago and then namatay na. Pero okay lang yon, tigok na." Things like that. They're just really straightforward about it.
Whoa.
And I was like, is this what the world has come to?
I
Or is
know,
this
it's
how
sad. It's actually a little
older,
sad.
or is this how older folk normally talk?
I just don't think they're as squeamish about it as younger people are. Parang I guess at a certain age kasi you start coming to terms with mortality in general, yours and the people around you. So parang alam mo yon, to them it's not so much that they don't take it seriously, but it's more like, it is what it is. These things happen. I guess if you stay long enough on the planet, you realize that there's no point in struggling too much. So if it happens, it happens. Of course, they're sad, but they don't dwell on it as much. Diba? May mga ganun lang. Parang si Meryl Streep, remember when she said, you reach a point where you just don't give an F anymore about what people think. Yung wala na siyang patience to go about, getting disturbed by what other people say and what other people do.
And
So I
And maybe
guess
there's
medyo na
also
meron.
that
Oh, go
maybe
for
there's
it.
also that factor that they just want to have a conversation and they feel like they're still inside their their homes.
houses. Yeah.
But now that they're actually in public, parang
they
hindi
can
nila
talk.
napapansin.
Naipon yung chismis.
Yeah, because sometimes it happens to us too. Yung
Naipon.
parang mapapalakas ka ng kwento and then you have to stop yourself. Oh wait, there are other people around.
Yeah. Oh, and also I realized where I got my morbid Markki from.
Where?
My lola and my mother.
Mm.
My lola is like, whenever we talk on the phone, she's like, "Okay, Iho, goodbye. See you." I said, "Lola, no, it's good night." And she's like, "No, goodbye. I might not see you tomorrow, so goodbye." I'm like, "What is that?"
Oh no. Grabe si Lola Strom.
Lola Ledesma.
Lola Ledesma.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Yeah. Oh my
And
god.
yeah, like
I felt that was morbid already. I was like, "Lola, no, don't think that way. You're strong. You're too strong. Nothing's
yeah,
gonna happen
even
to you."
even my mom rin, when she's with like her friends or relatives na mga kaedad niya, she always says it. She says stuff like, "Oh, eto na tayo, yung mga nasa boarding gate na." she, says, she says it all the time. Yeah, that's her thing. She says it. Nasa boarding gate na daw sila. And coming from Green Andrew, my work spouse, you worry about them when they go on SL without any heads up or notice. Alam mo yun, like usually they'll tell you about it na, "Oh, I'm not feeling so well today." But on the day that they're suddenly just on sick leave and they didn't tell you, you kind of get worried. Diba? Yung parang like, are you in such bad shape that you couldn't even tell me that you're going to be absent because you're sick?
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's us with you. So never go on leave without telling us because we're like running around like headless chickens here.
Headless chicken.
As in.
Yeah.
Yung parang, bakit wala si Chico? Ano nangyari sa kanya?
Si Queen B. Si Queen C.
Hazel, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh yeah, you're on mute.
Wala ako. No, I was
There
saying,
we go.
sabi ko, alam mo yung thought na, does Chico hate me so much that on my first day, he just decided not to show up?
Oh
Parang, hindi
no.
ba, nag-boycott. Parang,
Nag-boycott.
Nag-boycott ba siya?
I will not be a part of this.
I mean, just a wannabe and a lamb cannot be on the same show. Tungkol dun pala, no? Magbabanggaan.
Sabi ni Delulu, is this another Beyonce waiting to take the crown?
Mhm.
Mm.
And coming from the super malas guy, my work spouse, tandem kayo ng suot sa Halloween or Christmas party costumes. Alam mo yung kailangan for your costume to make sense, kailangan magkasama kayo. Like,
That's
Have
cute.
you ever done a tandem costume with
Oh.
anyone?
no, I have not. I don't think I have.
Never.
I
Tandem.
have. I did
Really?
once with my
What?
yeah with a friend with Alice. We were
what?
construction workers. I'll show you here.
I think I saw
No.
that photo. Yeah.
Oh
the way you showed that.
yeah, yes.
Yeah. So I have with her, but I haven't done it with anyone else. But I've had friends who've been like salt and pepper, like a salt shaker,
Yun.
and pepper
Yes,
shaker.
exactly.
Like I
Di
have
ba
another
nga,
friend.
mag-ano tayo? Magbabob the drag queen and Monet exchange.
Sino si Bob? Sino si Monet?
Tapos yung isa, Trixie and Katya.
Oo, perfect. Let's
Hindi,
go.
dapat may got Mick din.
Tapos sasabihin nila, no,
Ah.
pag kunyari natuloy yun, no, tapos ako nag-Bob the drag queen, sabihin nila, ay, dapat Aquaria.
Alright.
Hindi, sabihin nila, ay, akala ko parang Tamisha Iman dapat. Para di ba legend for legend?
Legend ka
Nakaka-
dyan.
I forgot to respond, Hazel. Nakakatawa yung message mo sa akin na Tamisha
Oh
Iman.
my God. Yes.
She responded.
Who?
Yeah, it's
Tamisha
ridiculous. It's
responded to
crazy.
Bob and-
No, there's beef
Ah,
now with Tamisha and Monet. Tamisha is coming for them. Totoo.
She came for them. She's like, okay,
Oh,
you can say
no.
stuff about me, but I can't say stuff about you.
Wala pa. Sa Tuesday pa daw yung yung...
Wednesday to us. Oo.
Oo, Wednesday to us. So parang may pa-warning pa lang na, watch out on Wednesday.
Sabi ni Monet. Sabi
Hindi,
ni
si
Monet.
Tamisha. Tamisha will be coming for
Yeah, yeah.
Monet.
Yeah,
Sabi niya,
yeah,
you
sorry.
will be made an example of. Di ba yun yung warning niya kay Monet? Tapos nag-release ng video si Monet and Bob. Tamisha, Iman is coming for me. Ano ni Monet?
Is this real? Is it like,
It's real.
is
And
it real?
yeah, tapos nag-jump in na sina Vixen, yung mga medyo
Oh
war
my
freak.
gosh.
Oh, yeah, it's fascinating.
So wait,
Ay.
Vixen, what did she Tamisha's?
What? No, basta
Whose side is
it's
she
hard
on?
to explain eh. I feel like we have to watch everything before we weigh in on it. Kasi medyo, alam mo yun, yeah, it's complicated.
Yeah. She's so people, no? Anyway, coming from Archer Aguilar, my work spouse, we are each other's beards. Why not? Okay.
You know what?
Well,
A
if
beard
that's what you need at that time and you're
A
both
beard-
okay.
can go both ways. It's not just for homosexuals, it's also for straight people. Ones who don't want other people to like pay attention to them. That's why they have their fake girlfriend or fake boyfriend just so they can hide behind that beard, quote unquote.
Yeah. Actually, no, when you
So-
think about it. Pero wow, siguro like, those kinds of beards would have to be with people who are very attractive. I mean, for you to have to like, you have to go out of your way just to make sure that everybody thinks you're in a relationship. Parang ganun karami ba yung nanliligaw sa'yo for you to want to have a
Like,
beard? Di
Or
ba?
maybe you just don't want the questions.
Me and MJ, Lastimosa, whenever we used to party, we would be each other's beards. We would
Mm.
literally like
Yeah.
jump in front of each other if ever there's a creepy guy talking to her or
Mm,
me,
true.
uh, or a girl talking to me or a girl talking to her. Like we are always there for each other, which is great. It's always good to have someone to be there for you when there are some creepers lurking.
True. And coming from Butter Baby, my work spouse, well ngayon, dahil sa pandemic, LDR. Oo nga, no? Like if you have a work spouse, yeah, you would
Oh,
be,
you don't see
it
each
would be,
other.
you don't see each other anymore. Actually, I kind of got wistful reading the entries because that did cross my mind. I was like, whatever entries we're getting now, this is probably in retrospect. Like this is probably something that happened pre-pandemic. A
Oh,
good chunk.
Chico, I know you miss
What?
me. I know you miss me, being beside you in the same room. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. Ito na ni
Okay.
Hazel. Ito na
Parang
ni Hazel.
parang siyang naaburido.
Anong nangyayari?
Parang naaburido siya. Parang nakakain ng kamyas.
I know you miss my presence, Chico.
Your
Ang dami
presents? Yeah. Your presents? Yeah. Just send them over na lang. And the top, my work spouse, comes from Elijah Space Cole and Legal Millennial.
They both say.
Elijah Space Cole says, taga-IT siya. Tapos, sa production ako. Let's just say na yung PC ko lang ang may access sa YouTube and Facebook sa buong floor.
Lucky
Ayun.
you.
Kasi alam mo, it really pays to have like an IT best friend. Because they can do wonders. They can do wonders for you. And especially if nasa office kayo, di ba? Parang can you imagine, ikaw lang yung walang firewall. And from Legal Millennial, my work spouse, pag magkasama kayo, parang economics lang. If chismisan increases, productivity decreases. Yan lang ang hirap pag may BFF ka sa work. There's really a tendency
Ano
to...
ba tawag? The mutual relationship. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Oo. Alam mo yung pag nagkakasarapan ng kwentuhan, parang wala nang trabaho na
So
nangyayari.
productivity really just decreases. It does.
Lalo na pag may mga common interest, di ba? So wala na, yun na lang lahat ng pinapanood nila sa Netflix, lahat ng nahuli sa Pokemon, wala na
Ang hirap
nagtrabaho.
niyan pag meron kayong sinusundan na timeline. Lalo na kunyari, yung alam mo yon yung top 10, malapit na, pero nagsisimisan pa. May tea pa off-air.
Oo.
Ay.
Ako, mahirap yan talaga. And there you go. We've got one more batch coming right up, but T-Booth will be playing a couple of songs, but we will stay on Facebook Live.
I wasn't prepared to come in today. I thought
I figured that much.
I thought it would be the same schedule. So last night when we got the message that okay, it's back to the usual schedule, I was like, oh. Alam mo yung happy naman ako because wala
Similar
nang
tayo.
FOMO.
Similar tayo. Kasi nung nakita ko yung so I opened my Viber, tapos nakita ko nga na parang, okay, FYI, balik na tayo sa dating schedule. So that means Hazel will, be on board tomorrow. Sabi ko, hawak ko yung phone ko. Sabi ko, I was like,
Alam mo yung, I was thinking I would have my long weekend.
Right.
Like, do nothing.
Sabi ko,
Buisit.
kasama namin si Hazel bukas.
Gising ng maaga.
Gising ng maaga.
Happy birthday to Wilge Loriano. It's
Oh!
Happy
Birthday!
birthday!
Entire
Happy
mada.
birthday.
Mm, happy,
Okay.
happy birthday.
Bakit ba
So,
nag-order ng tatlong
Oh my gosh.
turtleneck ngayon sa shop?
Turtleneck.
I'm ordering like 3 turtlenecks. It's so freaking much.
are
Chico,
you
I
ready?
think
I have a game. I have a game for
Oh,
you.
oh, G.
It was last minute because we talked about Caitlyn Jenner, who is an Olympic medalist. And I don't know what's happening to the Tokyo Olympics. Even una, it was off, and then it was on, and then it was off again. I don't know. So I don't know kung tuloy. We have an Olympics quiz.
Okay.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay? Okay, so just,
Sana hindi mga names.
sorry?
Sana hindi mga names. More on
No, not at all. So
Yeah.
let's start off with, who can name me the 5 colors of the interlaced rings in the Olympics flag?
Gosh.
Red, yellow,
Okay.
green,
Yes.
blue.
Yes.
Ano sabi ko? Red, yellow, green,
Blue.
blue, and orange?
Wrong!
Ano ulit?
Mali yung
Red,
ulo.
yellow.
So red, green, blue, yellow, and
Black.
yes.
White? Okay.
Markki is
White.
correct.
Black.
Rika, mahirap mag-white ring kasi white yung
White
background.
yung So, ibig sabihin nun, 4 points ako.
Minsan kaya.
4 points Hazel, 1 point Markki.
Yeah.
Ang ganda ng white ring, white yung
Gusto mo yung
background.
gusto mo yung scoring system dito.
They take the logo and put it on other backgrounds.
O, kaya nga. Pero paano pag nasa flag na, di nag-disappear na yung white ring.
Okay, next.
And, okay, next. Which sport was included in the 1988 Summer Olympics after a break of 64 years?
64 years.
64 years. Bumalik lang ulit sa 1988.
Ice skating?
No.
Summer Olympics, right?
Summer
Yeah.
Olympics. Okay, wait lang.
Football.
No.
Or
Siguro
soccer.
the track and field, track and field
No.
area.
Tennis.
Yes!
Ay,
Tennis!
nag-search ka ba?
Really? Why would they take
Hindi.
tennis out of the Olympics?
Yeah, they took it out for the longest time.
Kasi
1988.
napaisip din ako eh. Parang, yeah, there are some legends na hindi ko maalala that they won gold medal. Meaning, wala siguro tennis
Wala.
noong mga panahon na yun.
Yep. And
Yung mga answers sa mga tao, ML? Piko? Ano?
and in ancient Olympic Games, there was a category of people who were not allowed to watch the games. Who were they?
No idea.
Yeah, this is difficult. Pero this is purely for aliw kasi.
People who don't pay their taxes.
No?
Women.
Kids.
Yeah, what kind of women? Close.
Alam ko na.
Married women.
Menstruating women.
Yes! Married women.
Ay, nakala ko.
Married women.
Masyado na excited. Nag-celebrate na parang, alam mo yung gold medal na nawala pa.
Gusto ko yung, yeah! Akala ko ako.
Kasi naman, wala na ba kasi
Sabay kasi kayong nagsalitahan ni Markki eh. Na ano ka, Rica? Na Steve Harvey ka. Na Steve Harvey ka.
Anong country yun? Colombia.
Colombia zone ka. O sige, next. Which type of medals were given to the winners of sports events held at Athens, the Athens Olympics, which is also the first modern Olympics held in 1896. It wasn't gold medals. What kind of medals?
Wood.
No.
Rock.
Nope.
Paper.
Scissors.
Nakakairita yung rock, paper, scissors, ah. Ano ba? I have no idea.
Irit.
Siret.
Wait.
Strangely, it's
Diamond.
silver medals.
Silver.
Yeah,
Ah.
that was the gold before gold. And
Before silver.
bronze. Meron ng silver and bronze. Pero parang 1 and 2 lang yata yung binibigay noon. Parang first place and second place. From okay, ito. In the Montreal Olympics in 1976, the use of what was officially introduced in swimming?
Sorry?
In 1976, in the Montreal Olympics, the use of what was officially introduced in swimming? May inintroduce sa swimming noong 1976. Yung paggamit nun.
Goggles?
Yes.
Goggles?
Yes. Ang weird, di ba? It was only in the 70s when goggles were introduced.
What? That must have hurt.
I
Every
would
time.
have, like pre Montreal Olympics, walang goggles yung mga swim or maybe meron pero not allowed or I don't know.
Baka walang
Weird.
chlorine before. That's
I don't know.
that would be
Nakakainis yung si I am Zeke, water.
what?
So walang tubig yung mga swimming pool noon. And next question. Literature was an event at the 1912 Olympic Games in Stockholm. True or false?
Naghang. I'm back.
False.
Okay.
False.
True.
Literature. False.
Ano yung tanong?
Okay, I'll ask first. Total nag-true and false na rin kayo. For Hazel, literature was an event at the 1912 Olympic Games in Stockholm. True or false?
Literature?
Literature. Si Rica true, si Markki false.
True?
True. Together with painting,
True.
sculpting, and other artistic pursuits.
O, Rica, celebrate na. Totoo na to.
Totoo na to. Ito. Which event is only one of 2 women-only Olympic events? Name either.
Until now?
Women Olympic event.
Until now, women only.
Synchronized swimming?
What?
Synchronized swimming?
Yes.
Yes! That's mine.
What's the other one?
The other one is rhythmic gymnastics.
Oh, really?
Yung mga may bola tsaka yung mga may
Yung floor, tapos yeah.
They should have synchronized swimming for men too.
Yeah, they should. Meron na. Pero not Olympic sport yet. Pero meron na. All male.
But
Baka they're still trying to like parang qualify a lot
Yeah.
of
Yes.
teams.
Tsaka there has to be a lot kasi. Kasi pag parang konti ka lang, mahirap din siyang gawing Olympic sport if they're not joining.
true.
What was notable about the Olympics of 1916, 1940, and 1944?
Me.
There
There was a war.
Yes, correct. Cancelled because of the war.
No Olympics, yeah.
And American athlete Fred Lors had his marathon gold medal revoked in 1904. Why was it revoked? Marathon to, gold medal. Cute lang to. You probably don't know the answer.
He cheated and ran a different way.
Not quite. No.
I know he got lost. He got lost.
No. Kasi he won it. He won the gold medal. He got there first, so he didn't get lost.
He didn't get one of those. I know normally for 42K they have like little bands that you have to wear every time you reach a certain point.
No,
So maybe he didn't
not
get a
that.
band. Uh,
He didn't run with
Sirit?
shoes. I don't know.
he pushed.
Oh, you can. Yung mga Kenyans, di ba? They run barefoot.
Oh, cool.
Sirit.
Yeah.
For half of the race, he hitched a ride.
Sounds like something Markki would do.
Gosh.
Nag-hitch siya ng ride. Sumakay siya ng kotse.
Actually, it sounds like something I would do.
Alright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to run the entire race before. I'm a runner.
I thought
Okay,
last
wait,
two.
wait, sorry, 7 seconds. So,
Okay, go.
We can ask them on air.
Sige, go.
Monster RX93.1. It's time for the final batch of the top 10. Let's do it under 7 minutes. Are you
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready. I am ready. Okay, so let's start off with
Sayang our Olympic thing.
oh nga, we're at Olympics quiz. Oh, we'll make it real quick. Hindi na lang quiz. Sasabihin ko na lang sa inyo. Are there sports that women and men compete with each other? Yes.
Yes.
Marami-rami din siya. Equestrian and tennis at the Summer Olympics to curling and alpine skiing at the Winter Olympics. And which 4-day sport was reintroduced at the 2016 Olympics after a 112-year hiatus?
Oh wow.
Golf.
Mm.
Oh,
That took long enough.
Right? Yeah. So here we go. We've got our top 10 courtesy of Bugaw sa Ibabaw, my work spouse, sabi ni Camilo. My work spouse, yung super at home kami sa isa't isa inside the office, but put us in a social setting outside of work, and we are so awkward. Ito yung
That's
parang
weird.
na-limit mo talaga purely to a work relationship. Tapos biglang put yourself in a party outside, parang suddenly you don't know what to talk about.
I can't
Ang alam-
I can't understand that. Kasi ako talaga, if I make friends with you at work, then that means I'm friends with you outside work.
Outside of work.
Mm.
Actually, I know this. A lot of people tell me this, na it happens daw a lot in mga games. Alam mo yung magkakilala kayo sa, kunyari, I don't know, Mobile Legends or whatever, or Dota or something, na you don't see each other, but you chat with each other all the time, and you're super, super close online, but the moment you see each
Yeah.
other, biglang ang awkward, like you don't know how to deal with each other as
You don't
people.
know how to deal with each other physically. Yeah, I have those problems as well. But my problem is I see their photos, but sometimes they hide behind avatars, so I don't know who they are. And then that evening, after, for example, a community day, they'll send me a message and say, "Hey, nag-hi ako kanina, hindi ka nag-hi back." And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I just didn't know how you look like in person. You should have said hello."
Oh yeah, it's true, because they probably know how you look like, right?
Yeah.
And from Archer Aguilar, at work, I have a work husband, but at home, I have a wife. Actually, diba? Like a lot of our work
can
spouses,
happen.
yeah, guys can have another guy as a work spouse. A girl can have a girl as. Kasi nga, it's not really romantic. It's more like,
Yeah.
well, not always, but you know,
You just have each other's
usually
back.
exactly.
you have each other's back, like a partner, like a what do you call it? My sparring partner. There you go. And from designer Hans H, alam ko yung pin ng ATM niya. Kaya pag sinabi ko na mag-withdraw ako, madalas nakikisabay na siya, and I will withdraw for her.
I think, Rica, you've done that for me once, right? You've
Multiple times. That's
multiple
why.
times.
That's why you know that I'm a true friend because I can just get your
She can get your money.
Hindi naman,
Oh, God.
I'm happy to
Use that
report na hindi
money.
naman inempty ni Rica yung account ko.
Hindi
Nung
naman,
binigay ko sa
hindi
kanya
naman.
yung pin.
Kasi hindi naman siya thief. Ano siya, di ba? Serial killer. So, hindi siya thief.
Yeah, so I don't get off on that.
Serial killer.
And from Chasing Charles, my work spouse is also my biggest competition in terms of sales. Pero pag quota na yung isa, biggest cheerleader din nung isa. Basta nakakota
Hey, that's
na.
good.
Pero pag hindi pa, ay, to each his own.
Competition.
To each their
And
own. I've had that before. Well, there were two people competing for that, and I think their competition involved me because they were insurance sellers and they had like 3 days or something. And they both tried to message me, and they both met with me to try to get, and they both met with me, and and I didn't avail of either of their insurance. So I'm
but you
sorry.
availed of something else.
I did. I did.
Okay.
Sila ang nanalo.
Yes.
And from Kirth Uy, my work spouse taught me how to mix business with pleasure. Dexter, this is cute. Sabay kami mag-out dati after work, since same route. Tinitake namin sa MRT. Tapos, hahatid ko siya sa jowa niya na naghihintay sa Trinoma Station. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Renz Jufil says, sa Christmas party, may company exchange gift kami. Pero meron din kaming secret exchange gift na kaming dalawa lang.
Oh,
So, you know, like
usually
you have
get
the same...
the better presents. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pag kayong
yeah.
dalawa na lang.
Para walang inggitan with the other office mates.
Yes. Pero alam mo yung, you also give each other the gift that you give everybody else. Di ba usually it's a token?
The token gift.
Yeah.
Pero meron kayo yung magandang gift, you know, afterwards, just for the two of you. And the top, my work spouse, comes from Star Marjorie and Shivana.
They both say.
Star Marjorie says, it's quite possible that it is the most consistent and stable relationship in my life. Di ba sometimes, not always, but sometimes friendships are the most stable relationships you have. Not always, but you know, there are people whose experience is that. Di ba, na parang pag romantic, medyo magulo. Pero yung minsan nga, it's the work relationship pa that's the most stable. Not even
Yeah.
like a friendship, but more like a partnership. Maybe it's your business partner, maybe it's, you know. So, yeah, sometimes
I
that's
guess
the
it's
case.
because, it's not laced with all of these expectations, that
Emotional stuff, baggage, yeah.
emotional stuff.
True.
Yeah. That's true.
And from Shivana, my work spouse, during Friday night dinner, my Aussie work spouse texts my real spouse, hey, I'm having dinner with your hot wife. And my husband is perfectly fine with it because my work spouse has an even hotter boyfriend. Yeah, that's why the husband doesn't mind. Okay.
Yeah, because he's comfortable, right?
Yep.
Who he
He
is.
knows that wife is safe. Okay, what about us?
Parang feeling ko plus points for my husband. Kasi parang you're so comfortable. You're so confident. I
That's-
love that. That's hot.
And it's also not jealous,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
is great. If you have someone who's so jealous, it can get so toxic sometimes. I know sometimes it stems from a trauma, but it's still so toxic in that current relationship.
And
If you
from
keep-
love, let's not forget, sometimes it's because they love you so much. It's just that minsan it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
it takes control over the situation, and that's the tough
Yeah,
part.
don't be so controlling.
And what about us? What's our
meron na
answer?
ako.
Ay, sige.
Go.
You guys are work husbands and wives because kayo na lang yung natira sa batch nyo. Let's say from the trainee stage to now where you are. Usually kaya kayo nagiging work spouse because of that. Kayo na lang natira. Because it reminded me of Meredith and Karev on Grey's Anatomy. Like they're the only ones from their batch. Diba?
Parang
Tama
it
ba?
didn't start off na sila talaga yung BFFs
Yeah.
or whatever. Pero parang out of necessity na wala na lahat. Kayo na lang yung nagkakaintindihan.
And the thing is, their relationship is also not that emotional. They know they
Yeah.
have each other's backs, but it's not like we said, like laced with all these expectations na because you're my person, you have to do this,
And
you
walang
have to do
HD.
that.
They
Yeah.
never, yeah.
They never crossed anything,
Yeah.
right?
They
Yeah.
never went there. So,
Ako, meron akong sagot.
Go.
Si Hazel, yung work wife ko, na hindi ako ninenervyos pag sinabihan niya ako ng late ako ng 3 months. Hindi ako ninenervyos kasi I'm like, yeah, pretty accurate. So pag sinabi niya, late na ako ng 3 months.
Late lang talaga. Oo.
Late lang.
Parang on brand. Oo.
On brand.
my
Buisit.
my work spouse and I go on trips together. He takes my photos. He listens. He hears me when I scream certain words in Eastwood. My work spouse Rica GGG.
Hindi.
Yeah, right.
Alam mo kung bakit? Hindi mo pa tinatawag si Rica nung sinisigaw mo sa akin.
No, it's a different kind of word. It's like, look
Hindi mo-
out, she's here.
hindi ka pa niya natatawag noon, Rica, ever.
Okay lang.
Ako my work spouse, si Chico, understands na mas mabilis kong i-like yung mga posts nung actual spouse niya.
That's the relationship you want.
And it's so common for siya pa yung magsasabi na, nakita mo na ba yung, and I'm like, hindi, ano yan? Tapos isi-search ko pa.
Isa-search niya pa. As in, literal.
as
My
in.
gosh.
And I'm like,
Oo.
ayan ka na naman eh.
Ganun
Hazel
talaga.
yung commenter na first.
Alam mo nung isang araw, yesterday ba yun? Nag-post siya. Tapos literal na, kaka-post niya lang like wala pang 1 minute. Tapos nakita ko kaagad. Alam mo, nahiya ako, hindi ko muna nilike. Kasi baka mamaya, ang stalker na nang dating. So sabi ko, mamaya na lang pag may iba na likers. So, pinalike ko muna sa iba bago ako nagpuso. Nag-love.
Yun, di ba? Napaka non-stalkerish, di ba? Naghintay pa siya na may alam mo yun, nandun lang siya. Pwede na.
Is that it? Is that everyone?
Is that it?
That's
it.
That's it for the Rush, everybody. But don't forget, later on, we're going to have the Monster Summerfest 2021. That is 7 p.m., of course, with Ben and Ben, Bea Lorenzo. Over October is Elijah, We Got, and Jolianne. And they're going to have an exclusive meet and greet. on Zoom.
Congrats. Yeah, to
Super
everybody who got to
exciting.
win.
Yep.
Can I before we wrap it up, just one special greet. Can I just say, welcome back to Mondays, Hazel.
Talaga, rub it in. Why don't you?
Bye, guys.
That's it, you guys. And we're going to be back tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Happy Monday.